Okay, so I went ahead and finished up getting around the eyes there. You can see I put some hints of basically pupils in there. And I went ahead and blacked out the inside, the underside of the inside of the hood there. Because what we're about to do is we're going to be doing a lot of just using washes to try and get the rest of the clothing finished up here. So, in using these washes, I wanted to take a second to talk about something that may sound a little strange at first, but it's not. There are different shades of black. There's the two that are most used, at least that I've seen, which are blue black and purple black. It means it's black, but it has a slight tinge of something else to it, usually in the areas where it's got a sheen on it. So we've got all these nice, already pre-prepared light and dark areas. We want the Mini to be clad in very dark clothing, but we want to give it some variation. We just don't want to have a big black lump with a few bits of flesh showing through it. We want to have some variation. So what I'm thinking is we'll do the clothing parts up here. We've got the hood and the sleeves, and those can be in sort of a blue black, where the cloak here, all the feather work, is going to be in a purple black. And then the belts and whatnot down here, we can do maybe these belts up here in a purple black. It'll go with the cloak here, and then the legs down here will be in more of a blue black again to mirror the upper portion of the clothing. And then we'll do the staff in brown tones and light wrappings, and then metallic scythe here. I'm also thinking the corset should be metallic. I believe it is in the stock painted picture from Privateer Press, and I think it looks good. So I think we'll stick with that. So let's go ahead and do the hood and the arms up here. And we want to do a blue black. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some Azerman blue, and we're going to use Badab black wash. We're just going to mix those two together. And we're going to do probably 2 parts Badab black to 1 part Azerman blue, and we're going to water it down significantly. So let's get these two mixed together. Actually, I think the Badab black is really drowning out the Azerman blue. So let's do half and half. Of course, you can mix it however you want to. If you want it to look bluer, you're more than welcome to. But on the blue, we want there to be, or on whatever color the black is mixed with, we want there to be some hint of that extra color in the basing. But then we're also going to be coming back and doing some highlighting with it over top. So we're going to do some blue highlights on top of the black, or the blue black, and the over the purple black we'll also be doing some slight purple highlights, just to, I guess, focus the colors that we're using here. So we got that. I know it looks a little strange right now, but I promise it'll look good in the end. first coat up top, and we are going to go ahead and start working on the leggings down here that we talked about doing before. Looks like there's a line of feathers right here, just above that line. Let's stay below that line. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this off camera and do a second coat on the lower portions of these sections again, and I'll be back in a sec. Well, I got carried away a little bit off camera, and so I've also got the cloak here done in a Leviathan purple and Beta black wash, and really, as you can see, this is doing like all the work for us. We did one little spray of white from the top, and it's instantly shaded all of these from black to purple, or black to sort of a light purpley gray at the top here, with nothing more than just adding a wash. I missed a spot up there at the top. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and accentuate some of this shadowing even more by reapplying another coat of the Beta black and Leviathan purple to the lower half of the cloak. And we're just going to start grabbing right there at the middle bit, and we're pulling down. And let's flip it over and do this from this side. So right there under the arm, and I'm just going to start pulling down again here. And make sure to get these edges. We don't want to leave any white spots. So, and that gives us really quick and easy shading. Let's hit right here around the cloak, and we're trying very hard not to hit any of the skin or any of the other surfaces that we've already painted. Okay, so we've got all that laid in now, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this area up here. Aside from this plating on the hip, I want to leave that and do that in a metallic. We're going to do that with the same Leviathan purple, Beta black mix that we were just using on the rest of the cloak. So very, very easy. Let's make sure to get the feathers right here. Okay, so here we are. We've gotten this far. Alright, so we've got a lot of the basic colors laid down here now, with the exception of the metallics that we're going to do. And let's go ahead and do that. Let's do something a little tarnished looking. So if you guys watched the that really long video I shot on doing a manhunter, or painting a manhunter, the mix that we did for that one, I believe it was a mix of, let's see here, it was chainmail silver. So let's put a little drop here on the palette, and we also have, try to close up the ones that I'm not using now. Let's use a little bit of Bootstrap Brown from the P3 line. You can always use Bestial Brown or any other sort of medium brown. We're looking for something that that looks like it could easily have some oxide in it. So Let me scoot this out front. I know his palette's sort of busy. What we're doing is right here. There we go. And then I think we're going to add just a little touch of Griffin Sepia to give it that extra rusted look. I always find that Griffin Sepia has a way of bringing out some nice tarnished looks. So there's the color we've got, and I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. Okay, so it's still going to be relatively opaque, but that's okay. We wanted to have some coverage to it, but still go on smooth. And really, all we wanted to do is we needed to show off the luminance of what's behind it. So if it's over white, we want it to look very bright. If it's over black, we want it to look very dark. So that's still going to hold true here, even with it at this opacity. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Camera came unfocused. Okay, so you can see there we've got a really tarnished looking metal, and we're going to add just a little more to it there. Okay. Alright. We got a nice, very worn looking, almost bronzy sort of effect out of that. That's a nice look on this. Okay. Okay, just make sure we haven't missed any spots up here on the upper lip of this corset. Okay, so there we are. And that's a really nice effect for only having done one layer. And you know what? I think that I should like to do that on this blade up here too. I think that's such a nice color. Let's just do all the metal on this figure in that. So alright. There we are. Okay, well, I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to put a little bit of a wash of Griffin Sepia over the metal in some of the deeper recessed areas, and I'll be back in just 1 second.